This video is for those beginners that don't know how to cut trouser. So as you watch this video, I believe you can be able to make trouser for yourself. For you to make this trouser, you need your knee measure, your ankle measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement. So what you do, you measure your ankle measurement. After that, you measure your hip measurement. Divide by 4. It will give you, me I divide my this is my waist measurement, divide by by 4. That is give me 10 inches. And I went down to my flap measurement. My flap measurement here was 27. Divide 27 by 2. Your flap measurement is to be divided by 2. When you divide it by 2, 27 divided by 2 will give you 30.5. Then you went down to your crotch. Your crotch measurement, if you want to get your measurement, you divide your hip into 4. Whatever you get is your crotch measurement. If you want it to be high waist, you add 1 inches to your crotch measurement. It will give you your desired crotch without tight crotch. Then from your crotch measurement, that is your lap measurement, you trace it down to your ankle measurement. Whatever your ankle wideness is, whether 10, 20. If it is 20, if you want it to be wide, if you are making a palazzo, if you want it to be wide, you divide your ankle measurements by 2. So here is me showing, cross-checking the job. Here is the hip measurement, here is the ankle measurement. From your lap measurement, you trace it down to your ankle measurements. So that is all for my trouser. I believe you with this little explanation, you can be able to make your trouser. If there's any question, I'm in your DMs. Ask any question you want. So this is for beginners. So this is not standard. This is for beginners, because most beginners, they don't know how to make trouser. They find it difficult to make trouser. So I cut. Then this is the back measurement. I add 2 inches to my back measurements. Lest I forget, whatever your measurement is at the front, you add 1 inches to it. Whatever your measurement is at the front, you add 1 inches to it. Then your back will be 2 inches bigger than the front. I hope you understand that, because some people, they don't add measurement to their front. They don't add allowance to their front measurement. They only just trace out their main measurement. That will make the trouser to be too tight, and there will be no allowance for you at the front. At the end of your trouser, at the end, when you finish making your trouser, there will be no allowance. But when you add 1 inches allowance to your front, then 2 inches allowance to your back, you will still have extra, like you still have allowance at the back, inside your trouser. After making the trouser, you still have allowance. Maybe you want to adjust or anything, your trouser is too tight, you can adjust. Here is me cutting out the back parts. The back part, don't forget, 2 inches bigger than the front part. So with this little explanation, I believe you can be able to make your trouser. While some people, they prefer to add their measurement to the front, but me, I added my allowance to the back of the trouser. So if you still take it back, it's still the same thing. To me, it's the same thing. But some people, they prefer to add from the front crotch instead of the back. So here is me trying to make the back and the front equal for you to see the 2 inches allowance. So with this little explanation, I believe you can be able to make your trouser. Please guys, if you find this tutorial useful and helpful, please don't forget to like and share my video. Share to those that want to see my video, and also try to practice whatever you have learned from here. And that is all for today's tutorial. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Maybe I will do the making of the trouser and I will show you the outcome. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.